Welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about destructors. So we have seen what is a constructor, which is going to assign values for the data members, and constructors will be called automatically when we do create an object. Now let us see what this destructor is going to do. So this is also like your constructor, which is going to be a special member function of a class, and this is used to destroy the objects. But when I say when this is going to destroy the objects, it does not mean that which is going to deallocate the memory. So if you take the dynamic memory allocation, we have calloc, malloc, dealloc, and we have delete. So delete is going to delete the memory allocated for the dynamic variable, but this destructor is not going to do it, which is going to destroy the objects which was created. So let us see what is the syntax for this. So normally we use an operator till, then you have to give the class name. So remember, this is also like your constructor. It has got the same name as your class, and which starts with the till operator. Then you have to give the class name and bracket. And please do remember the destructor never takes any argument and it does not return any value. Whereas in constructor, it takes parameters which may takes or may not takes. But in destructor is very clear, which will never take parameters and it does not return any value. And this is invoked implicitly by the compiler upon exit from the program. So whenever the control is going to come out of the program, so this will be called explicitly to clean up the storage. Destructor destroy the objects in the reverse order of creation. Just think that it has created three objects A, B, C. So the C will be the first object which gets destroyed, then B, then A. So which is going to release the memory. Okay, so let us see how this can be done. So where you can see, you know, as I told, destructor destroy, or which will never destroy or deallocate memory that object occupies. It is merely a member function that is called for each object just before an object goes out of the scope. You know what is the meaning of scope? So just before the object's scope is going out, which is going to be called. So let us see the program where you can find a class. So this is what the class A, and this is what the place you have created object, right? So this is the normal thing, and this gets converted into this format where class name remains same. You can find a destructor. So destructor, how do I rectify this? How do I identify this? With tilde operator, and they say member function, it has got the same name as your class name and which does not take any parameter. And this is the place we are going to define this outside the class. So you have to give the class name, then you have to give the scope resolution operator, and this being a destructor, it has to prefix with the tilde operator. So next, so you can write your void main, your main program, and if you want, you can write this explicitly. So when we do this, when we do write A1, this will be converted into this format. Using object, we are going to access this member function, which is in fact a destructor. So let us see what happens to the program, what we write, and how this gets converted. So this is what actually what we have written. This is a thing what we have written. So there is no destructor, but this gets converted into a format, a class where there are destructors. Okay, so let us see a complete program. So where we can find constructor and destructor. So let us start with the header file. So normally we have to write the class definition, everything in the header file. So we start with the class A, and please do remember this is inside a header file called a.h. So we have a single data member. Under public we have a constructor, and we have two data members, one is setx, other one is getx, and it has also got a destructor which is explicitly defined by the programmer. So what is the a bracket? This is what the constructor, and this is the destructor. So we are not defining either constructor or destructor inside the class. So this will be done in the source code known as a.cpp, where I'm going to include a.h header file. This is what my first file, and I'm going to define my constructor. So how do I define this? I have to give my class name, scope resolution operator, and my constructor name. This is not destructor, this is a constructor. So what it does, the constructor is just going to print a message stating that constructor of class A is called. We can make it to do any job, but at this stage we are saying that this will do a single job, which is going to print a message. Now look at the destructor part, what it does. Not only the constructor, even the destructor also we have to define it. So we have defined this same way as the constructor. So A is the class name, then scope resolution operator, and before no, the constructor we just give the tilde operator indicating this is a destructor. So we have created our own destructor. Okay, then what it does, this also not doing much of the job. This is just going to print a message destructor of class A is called. What constructor does, which is going to print a message, same way your destructor also printing a message. So we are done with this. This is what my a.cpp file, this is my source file, this is my header file. This will be done by the library programmer, and we'll come to the application programmer, where he is going to take a file and he'll name it as your file name .cpp, and we have to include the header file and start with void main. Next, look at that we have created an object called a1, which is an object for the class A. Now what happened? As we have been discussing all this time, we learned that whenever an object is created, constructor will be called. We need not to do it explicitly. The constructor will be called. So in this case, which constructor? Zero argument constructor will be called. So it will come to this place where we have a statement constructor of class A is called. So this statement will be printed first. Now after this it will go back to this the main program, where it is going to print a message end of the program. So this is going to be the second statement your program is going to do it. Once it is done, what happen, your control is going to come out of the brace. So before it come out of the brace, what happened, your a1 is an object is going to lose its scope. So before it come out of the last brace, what happened? The destructor will be called. So this at this place, destructor will be called. What the destructor says you have to print a message and come out of the class. What is the message? Destructor of class A is called. So finally, what is going to be the output? So output is going to be, as I told, this is the output. So constructor of class A called by this statement. So let me erase. So by creating the object, the constructor will be called. So what is the, so this is the place the constructor will be called. So this will come to this statement will be printed. Next it will come back to this, and what is there in the cout, that will be printed. So in the cout